we not only got one question, we've got two questions for today, which is a real bumper. But of course, we've got to focus on what's going to happen this afternoon. And at 2 o'clock this afternoon, we've got our medium-term budget policy statement. And we're asking for your expectations when the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana stands up to present it. So that's another question we're focusing in on. What would you like? What would you like to hear? What do you need? Well, I suppose we all know what we need is a lot of help when it comes to growing this economy, getting jobs and getting affordability going. So those are just a couple of the comments that I heard coming from a viewer that we had with Mariska Botha out in Cape Town. But we'd love to hear from you as well. So that's your second question of the day. And of course, talking about this medium-term budget policy, let's actually take it to our economics editor, Tshepo Mongoai. He, of course, is there. And there's a couple of things that have been saying, and one is the ANC saying that the mini-budget, which the minister will table in Parliament this afternoon, should focus on job creation. Now, other parties have called for stricter fiscal discipline and reform to restore confidence. So let's now go, as I promised, to our economics editor, Tshepo Mongoai. He's on the top of Table Mountain. He went by a cable car to the top of Table Mountain. Tshepo, good morning to you. Talk to us about today, and of course, I'm sure you're joined by a guest as well.
Yes, I went up, now I'm down. And now speaking to you, Leon, I'm in the parliamentary precinct, standing right in front of the Good Hope Chamber. Inside there at around 2 o'clock, the Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwana, will table the medium-term budget policy statement, where he will make some adjustments in terms of our expenditure over the medium term, which is over 3 years. And of course, issue of revenue collection at the center of this particular medium-term budget policy statement in light of the economic condition. Is this economy able to meet the revenue collection baseline that have been set? And of course, that depends on a number of issues. If indeed there is economic activity, because we need economic growth in order to create revenue. We know that the economy can actually generate about 1.8 trillion rand, and we need over 2 trillion rand in terms of our overall expenditure. To make sense of all that, we are now joined by Nedbank economist Isaac Matsego. Isaac, should we expect that budget deficit to widen, or it could narrow slightly, given that we know there is a deficit?
Thank you, Tshepo. We expect the budget deficit to be revised lower, i.e. it's going to be lower than the numbers we got in May. National Treasury at that time forecasted about 4.8% deficit. My numbers suggest that we will be around 4.4. It could be closer to 4.2.
What is going to assist us? We've seen some of the spending by government departments. They've not been spending as much as expected. Could that help? Because in terms of economic activity, we're not really seeing much.
Sure. Spending, yes, has been slower than usual, only up by 5.8% in the first half of this year. That is the 6 months up to September. I mean, the National Treasury estimates were that spending for the year as a whole would be up by 7.5%. We could see that, but the real benefit is coming from the revenue side. What we are seeing at the moment is that most likely gross tax collections will be ahead of budget. My numbers suggest by more than 50 billion for the year.
Let's not forget fiscal consolidation. Government has really cutting back and reducing what is being allocated. So they are not really ensuring that they're not spending much. So what is the role of fiscal consolidation in ensuring that we're seeing that spending less?
Sure. Fiscal consolidation primarily requires that, as a country, we focus on the critical spending functions, particularly infrastructure investment, because we know that we are behind when it comes to that. And of course, with that, we have to create that environment which will promote economic growth. And with higher economic growth, tax revenue will be raised. And that will help to stabilize government finances.
We've seen the wage bill, one of the major concerns that has been raised, that it continue to rise. Are we likely to see that some of the measures put in place to rein in the wage bill coming to the fore and assisting?
Sure. I mean, just on the salary increases for the public sector, we've got certainty when it comes to that. After the wage agreement that was signed in February this year. We'll cap the increases at 6%, depending on the inflation rate over the next 3 years. But of course, we know that National Treasury for a number of years has been saying that it will implement, the whole government actually will implement measures to ensure that, number one, there's more efficiency in delivering public services, and also that staff numbers are kept in check. Because, for instance, if we just go back to the mid-2010s, we had a significant increase, much higher than the overall spending in the number of public sector workers.
Right, we'll leave it at there for now. That's Nedbank economist Isaac Matiho, of course, giving us the lowdown on the issue of the wage bill, which, of course, it still takes about 60% of the allocation to provinces, which is a significant amount. And we know that government has also been incentivizing some of the public sector, public workers to retire early. With that, it's back to you in studio, Leanne, and we'll be giving you much more later on the countdown to the medium-term budget policy statement this afternoon.
All right, Tshepo Mongoai, thanks very much to you and the team. From the top of Table Mountain to the gates of Parliament, I look forward to where you go next.